Welcome back in the video. Today we're going to be talking about Arena, all my Arena stats, end of the season, going into the brand new season. So, basically, since there's going to be no brand new MO5 character coming out anytime soon, because again, we do have a special Mystic custom banner, which is already guaranteed, right? Confirmed and all that. So we do know this is going to be coming out for the next month or so, right? The Arena meta inside of the brand new Arena season should not change whatsoever, right? Unless they want to release a RGB after the collaboration is over, sure. But honestly, I don't really see that much change inside of Arena, especially for the next month or so, just because, again, we're not getting anything new. So the meta should still be the same for what we do currently see now. So which means all the teams that have uploaded right now currently in terms of videos, how to beat these offenses, the best cleaves and all that, are still going to be some of the best options to use inside of the end of this season and going into the brand new Arena season if you are interested in terms of actually pushing for frames, right? So let's look at the teams. I only really use about 3-4 teams right now. In my opinion, those are like some of the best offense teams that are more successful, less RNG dependent, and that's really about it, right? So I do use the Luna Celine team. I do use the mid B-Dom Bar, which is area Genesis Ras team a lot as well. And I also do use the Lidica team if there is no Setsuka there, and there's just like a Reenact, Lay of the Scales, and BBK, Sharoon, Tenebria shenanigans, right? So these are the main 3 cleaves I do use. Now in terms of like a slower comp, the only slow comp I do use is going to be the likes of Lionheart Sermia. Now, there are times you can like just throw in Bystander Hua Young here instead of Lionheart. Or you could do like FCC Ilanov, some shenanigans with just a tank team at Hua Young there, just a 1v4. It does work as well. But again, it just really does come down to your gear and all that good stuff. But let's go ahead and look at the Luna team real quick. This team, again, I use a lot. I use this a lot when it comes to just cleaving. Again, keep in mind, probably not going to be ideal if you don't have a really fast Luna, just because of the way the meta is currently inside of Arena. So in terms of cleaving, again, I've had this comp. I've been using this comp. I've uploaded many videos on this comp already. But again, if you don't know, if you are interested in all my stats in one video, this is it. So, New Moon Luna. Fastest speed set that I do currently have is going to be on her. You do unbook on her. Next is going to be Bright Witch Sarah. Bright Witch Sarah is going to be very important because she does have Renewed Will, defense breaks, unbuffable, defense breaks, unbuffable, strips. Very good. Now, I do have mine on a pseudo DPS build. If you can get more DPS, all power to you, because it does really work into whoever is in the front. Sometimes you can strip the immortality and kill him at the exact same time with this build, but she's not really there for that. The whole goal of this is just for her to apply defense breaks. That's really about it, right? Next is going to be the true carry of the team, which is going to be Spirit Eye Celine. Spirit Eye Celine does need Summer Photogenic. This is very important because this ignores the Lady of the Scales 70% offering on the unit in the front. Very broken artifact, a must-have artifact. We do have her on a speed pen set build. Again, you really want her on really fast, minimum 250. Anything slower than that, there's a potential you can be outsped by some of the faster Lady of the Scales that are currently running around inside of Arena. And then that's really about it in terms of her. You do want her EE because it does give you a free soul burn. And honestly, the free soul burn gives you basically a guaranteed free kill because of Frida here giving you attack buff. Now again, in terms of your Frida build, please make her like 14-15 speed away from your Luna, because that is going to be the best speed tuning when it comes to using this team. Otherwise, if you don't, there are ways you can get cut by, let's say, a Lab Cube Tenebria, let's say a Fast Lady of the Scales on Eternus or Constellation. Just keep that in mind, right? It is very important. Your Frida is literally just as fast as your Luna because of those situations. Next is going to be the team that I do recommend probably most people to use if there is no Tenebria on the team. Is going to be the mid Bright Witch Sarah, B-Dom, and Genesis Ras. This team does not involve that much speed gear. It does not. Now, again, you do see me move gear around, but again, I want my Fire Lidica sometimes to be the fastest set, so therefore I do have to take a ring from her. So this is going to be my typical mid build. You don't need her that fast. You really don't. But you do want soul artifacts for her instead of her own artifact. Again, I have videos uploaded on this comp if you're interested in see how it does work. So that's going to be a mid. You do want a lot of ER as you much as you possibly can. Next is going to be Genesis Ras. He's basically the full DPS unit here. What you do here is Soul Burn S2 into Setsuka, and that's basically GG. You go next, the team, and the match is basically done. They can't live his damage. His damage is insane, how much he does. A 70% damage increase per enemy loss. That is insane. That's really good, right? And then our Bride Witch Asaria. Now again, this is going to be my DPS build, which again, I do switch around my Renewed Will and my EE for her, right? So let's go over here, give her the attack ring and the torrent, because I do use it for Vildred. That is why I'm crafting another DPS ring, but this is going to be my DPS Bride Witch Asaria. Just imagine her with the EE as well. Keep this in mind, you want the EE, right? Because the extra speed does go a long way. Now again, I got many questions. Why does my Bride Witch do so much damage? A lot of people are forgetting that the unit in the front does have Lady of Scales offering, so therefore, a 70% mit means whoever's in the front is going to be taking a crap ton of damage. That is literally why my Bride Witch Asaria does so much damage to the unit in the front and able to kill Genesis Ras, because of the amount of DPS she can potentially do, because of the unit in front having basically a 70% Aureus, right? That's the best way to look at it, right? It's literally just Aureus, but 70%. And if you have a DPS unit that does so much damage, such as Bride Witch Asaria, she can basically just kill him. But keep in mind, once she does weaken him to 1 HP, she is able to strip because of her S3 having strip on it. And again, since she does have a Uber's 2-3S rocket punch type of situation on her skills where she does additional damage, proportion to the caster's attack after, it does go ahead and finishes them off. A lot of people are forgetting that she does additional damage after she does attack. That is very, very important. That's literally why it works, right? If she did not have this successful attack do additional damage after she attacks, it wouldn't work. But a lot of people are forgetting that, right? But again, that's going to be her build. She's literally just there for the full-on DPS and to basically clear way for a Genesis Ras to go ahead and clean up. Right? She's very, very important here because you need a way to kill this Genesis Ras in the front since he does have offering, right? And then we do have B-Dom. B-Dom here is potentially somewhat fast gear, 273. You can make her faster if you really want to, but keep in mind, this comp doesn't really need that much speed, but just be careful. Do never take this into like a Tenebria, right? Any re-knock Tenebria, you're not taking this comp. You're not taking it whatsoever, right? But that's pretty much does it for the mid Bride Witch Asaria, B-Dom, Genesis Ras. Again, I use this team quite a bit. Just be careful because, again, your speed is slower. You could make a mid and them faster if you really want to, but that is up to you if you want to do that or not. For me personally, though, since I don't use a mid, let me rephrase that. Since I prefer my faster gear on my Luna, of course, because I still use that comp quite a bit, a lot more than this, you don't really need, I didn't want to give her that faster of a gear. So again, this is perfectly fine. But if you want to make her faster, all power to you. It's up to you, right? And then it's going to be the Fire Lidica team, which is still going around. It's okay. It's still doing good, right? Again, I have her normally like 308. But in some situations where I know where some re-knocks are a lot really, really faster, therefore I would just put her on this set right here. That's why, if you don't know, I've been trying to get a faster sword in the recent stream I did, maybe 2 streams ago. I tried crafting like 50k mats to try to get a sword. Just anything over 22, but it didn't work. So therefore I have to keep stealing my Luna sword. But again, overall, 308 is perfectly fine. Just be careful because, again, you are double speed imprint, but there are some re-knocks that are over 320. So that in mind, you could potentially still lose, even with the double speed imprint, right? Doesn't really involve that much speed, because let's be honest, you have 10 plus speed from Veronica, you have 12 speed from the Vildred, so that is literally free 22 speed. Right? 22 speed for free is kind of crazy. So you don't really need that much faster, but again, how many people are really running their fastest set on re-knock? Honestly, there ain't that many people that are running their fastest set on re-knock. So, therefore, that's why 308 is perfectly fine, right? But again, it just depends. So, next, obviously, in terms of artifact, Renewed Will is the best way to go, because, again, you are not missing anybody. You are taking this team into any defense that doesn't have Tetsuka anyways. So, therefore, you are going to get your 100% CR push from her S2 on herself into the team as well. Next is going to be B-Dom. B-Dom's build is just going to be a normal crit damage build book, and you do want her attack buff EE. Very, very good EE change, but sadly it came out after Lady of Scales, so it's a little bit harder to use her. If Lady of Scales didn't exist, there are a lot of comps you could potentially use this character, but again, since she does exist, can't really use Beedom to her full potential. But again, she's very, very good. I love this character. She's very, very fun. This is a normal build you do want to run on her. But next is going to be Veronica. Veronica, mine is typically just built for Guild War, so her build doesn't really matter here. But if you want to run more effectiveness, up to you. If you want to run more attack, up to you. I just prefer the bulkiness because if there is a counter BBK art in Guild War, I don't want to keep switching my Veronica, so therefore, this one is perfectly fine. It doesn't matter, right? Veronica's job is literally just to sit there to strip the immortality. Next, it's going to be her EE. I really love the 80% CR push she does gain. It is kind of beyond broken. I mean, the 50% pushback is nice and all, but the 80% is just too good to pass up. All right. Next, it is going to be, lastly, the Vildred. Vildred here, same situation. You do need Summer Photogenic. It is a must-have here in this situation. If you don't run this artifact, you're not going to be doing your damage that you should be doing. But again, in terms of a build, this is going to be the Vildred build right there. Again, I do use them quite a bit into anything that does not have any Tetsuka. He's very, very good. All right. But again, if you are interested or wondering, should you give him imprints? I mean, speed imprints are broken in this game. They're always going to be broken in the game. Even with, Harsadi existing, but you can just play around Harsadi and this banner inside RTA. So again, speed imprints go a long way, especially for a 5-star such as Vildred himself. He's actually a really good DPS unit, right? But he's very, very good. Now, in terms of EE, you really want to run the 10% extra damage on his passive, or actually his S3, because nothing else here really does matter. Crit damage is whatever. The Dancing Blade is whatever, honestly. If you are curious why I do have him at 297 crit damage, it is because I used to use him with a mid or blue flan, and I still have that comp down here, I think. Yeah, I still have it down here, but I don't really use it that much. I still use it here and there, but again, he's just tuned for me to use blue flan or a mid. If you want more crit damage, up to you, but I just run it like that. And then lastly, there's going to be the Elvira, Lady of Scales, Lionheart, and Aram. I'm saying this right now, you don't really need Lady of Scales. You can run Ilanov, you can run FCC, you can run Rwana and all that good stuff. Boss Runka as well to fill those other slots. You don't need Lady of Scales, right? But this is going to be the Elvira build, 30k HP, about 200% ER. We do have Lionheart Sermon. We do have her on Draco Play because Draco Play is actually pretty good. Now, I like that. It's a good change. I really love that. We do have her HP percent for the team just to give Elvira more HP, and that's really about it. Typical Lionheart build. She's pretty broken, right, into Setsuka. Anything with Setsuka, you can just go ahead and Lionheart. The Lionheart is just so insane now. Lady of Scales build doesn't really matter. I don't really use mine that much in terms of offense, so she's just on whatever build. This is mainly for GVG purposes. And then lastly, Aram. She has not changed whatsoever. She's still on her typical counter build that I do have from on her release. Again, I don't RTA yet, so my builds may change later. But since I am going to start RTAing very, very soon, potentially next week because Arena is done, and I may not go for Arena, my builds are going to be changing. So therefore, I am making a video now just to let you know that you can use these teams for the next month or so, even longer. But again, I'm still going to be doing Arena anyways, even if I don't go to top 3. Maybe I go for top 30. Maybe I go for top 100. Not too sure yet. I'm still debating, right? But regardless, I'm still going to be doing Arena, of course. Right? Your mans ain't going nowhere. I'm taking a season off, maybe. But that's about it. But then guess what? We're going to run it back into the new year. But other than that, though, that's pretty much going to be it. Other than that, though, thanks for watching the video. Hope you have a good day. And I will see you guys later on. Peace out.